Welcome back, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Techie Amrit. I'm back again with my new video and with new session on the topic abstraction. So before I proceed, if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe and share so that I can motivate it and keep creating new informative videos for all of my fellows. Okay, so without wasting time, I will start with the topic abstraction. Okay, so this abstraction topic is basically very important part of the object oriented programming. So the content that we are going to cover in this video is listed in front of you, like what is abstraction, why we are using it, where we are using it, what is the role of using creating a parameterized constructor. Then I side by side I will like give you of a comparison in the video, like what is the difference between abstract class and interface, because you may come across with few questions in your mind, like okay, these are bit similar, then in which scenario we are going to use the interface and in which scenario we are going to use the abstract class. So side by side I will keep explaining you this difference, and our channel focus is always on showing the like practical things rather than uh, theoretical things. So let's start with abstraction. Okay, so what is abstraction? Abstraction is a process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. Okay, so as the line describes you, we have to show only those details which are necessary to us. We don't want to show the irrelevant things or unnecessary things to the users. If I would take a normal day-to-day life example, like if you wake early in the morning and you just uh, uh, push a button of your coffee machine, so what input is required? Like you have to give the input of like milk or coffee beans. So you need not to worry about how the your coffee cup is so like tasty, how it is making the background processing, how it is making fetching the like water, milk and beans, in what quantity it is like extracting. So that is a background process. The person who is like deals with the UI level of that machine. So you are just pushing the button and you are like your coffee is ready, so you need not to worry about the background thing. Similarly, like if you're driving a car, I would say, so only things you need to know about, like how to like shift the gears, how to move the steering, how to adjust your seat. So you need not to worry about how the internal things, how it takes the turn left and right, and how the engine is working. So you need not to worry about the background thing. Exactly. So this is, what does it mean? Abstraction is a process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. So you may come across like few scenarios that okay, uh, how this can be achieved. This can be achieved with the help of like abstract keyword. You have to use the keyword abstract, right? So uh, it consists of like abstract class consists of like abstract classes and abstract methods. Okay, so if it is abstract class, we cannot create an object of that class, right? So whereas in abstract method, it is used in abstract class only, and it doesn't have any body in the base class. So abstract class is a half defined base class or a parent class, where like only we define the body part and we define only the definition part, right? And the body part is like defined in the derived class where it is overridden, right? So at least one like in abstract class, at least one abstract method should be there. Otherwise there is no purpose of creating like a single abstract class. Also in the demo I will show you, if we create like a public constructor in the abstract class, it doesn't mean anything to us until or unless uh, we are like deriving in the in the derived class, right? So the main thing I want to focus that if the compiler will not going to throw any exception, that okay, why you have created this, because I think they are not focusing that it doesn't mean anything, so they are not it is kind of useless thing of like writing a constructor, a public constructor in a base class. Okay, so it can have both abstract and regular methods. So this is like a small overview of abstraction. So let's jump to the our practical part that gives you better idea that how we are going to create an abstract class, what are the do's and don'ts that we have to keep in mind while creating an abstract class, and in which scenario we have to use the abstract class and in which scenario we have to use the interface. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I will use the existing uh, mm, console application. If you haven't gone through my previous video of interfaces, so that you get a better idea of how interfaces work with the demo, I will give you the link of my video in the description box as well as on the I button, so you can go through that video. And I request all the users to see the video till the end, so that you get idea about the whole concept in if you want to like get the better idea how exactly it works. Okay, so initially I have created like a small class. I created a like animal class, right, in which I have mentioned you that in abstract class a normal class will look like if I created like this class, animal class, it doesn't have any uh, I would say any association or any importance, so we need to use abstract keyword with the abstract class. And one thing I have explained in the PPT, that an abstract class consists of like abstract methods and non-abstract methods. So it consists of both regular methods and abstract methods, right? But the difference lies between the regular method and the like abstract method is that in abstract method we only give the definition, we don't give the body in the base class. So this abstract class is also called as, we can call a half defined base class, or you can say that half defined parent class. uh, it consists of both abstract and non-abstract methods. So the body part is given of this animal color method in the derived class, where we are going to override this abstract method, right, so that we can give the body part of this method. So I simply just created this public abstract void animal color, this abstract method for me, and another one is that animal sound. I just print a message just to show that how it works. Okay, let's use this animal class in a one derived class, or you can say the child class. I've created a class dog, right, and I just again I use the keyword the dot colon, sorry, the colon followed by the animal class, that is our abstract class. And you can see this keyword override. So we have created a method abstract, and in order to write the body of this method, we have to use the keyword override. So we have used, if we don't give this override keyword, it will throw us error, right, it gives us a throw that dog doesn't implemented inherited abstract member, right. So we have to use override keyword, right. So we have given the body part here, like I printed the method. Okay, dog is like black, I have mentioned the color name. So how we are going to use, if we have to use, so I will go to like my main class. I just created the object of my this dog class, right. I just dog and object dot animal color, this is my abstract method. If I go to here, so as you can see it goes to my override method, right, and this is my regular method, right, this is my non-abstract method. So let's run this method and see the output. Okay, let's go. I put the breakpoint here. Okay, comes to dog, object is created. See, we are on our override method, right. You can see dog is black, so our abstract body that is defined in the child, or you can say in the derived class, is printed, right. We go next. and we go to our regular method, right? So here we have dog is black and the sound of our like animal is blah 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 sound, right? So this is how we are going to use our abstract class, and how we are going to derive that abstract class in our child class. And we need to keep a few things in mind. We have to use abstract keyword with abstract method. We don't need to define any body part here. We are going to define the body part in our derived class using the override keyword. Okay. And another thing, we don't need to we cannot create an object of our abstract class. I can show you, like if I try to create an object of my like abstract class, right, it will throw me an error. Cannot create an instance of an abstract class or a interface animal class, right? So you should keep in mind that we cannot create an object of our base half defined base class, that is abstract class, right? And few addition to it, I want to share few more do's and don'ts that are not acceptable with would say with abstract class. So here I've just already created for you and I will show you one by one. Alright, so we cannot declare abstract class as a sealed class, right? So it will throw this abs animal. This is my new abstract class, so it cannot be sealed or it cannot be static. So keep in mind that an abstract class cannot be sealed. Another thing, an abstract class, okay, we cannot provide the access modifiers with an abstract class. So you can see in a names we cannot directly contain members such as fields or methods. We cannot give a like private or any this kind of modifier with our abstract property, method or class, right? So here we have another don't with the related with abstract is we cannot use the virtual keyword, because by default internally it is behaving like a abstract method. So it is already abstract, so we are overriding in a derived class, so no need to just use the virtual keyword, right? Another thing that we cannot use the static. I have already explained you that abstract methods are not static. So these are the few do's and don'ts that are related with the abstract class, right? Coming to the next part, I mentioned you that we can create a constructor in an abstract class. Yes, if I write this public animal class, right, so it doesn't mean anything to me, right? If I want to use in a derived class, either I make it like public or protected. So right, so importance lies when suppose I have given any parameter to my constructor, right? So this is a parameterized constructor. If we give any parameter in the constructor, like I have given a string any text, and I go to my class dog where I have derived this animal abstract class. I go here, right, and if I go here and I try to simply create an object, try to create any constructor with a parameter, it will throw me an error. There is no argument given that correspond to the required formal parameter text of animal class, right? So it is only possible with the help of the base keyword. You have to use the base keyword. So whenever the object of this derived class is created, so it will look to the animal class, that is our child class, or you can base class for this kind of parameterized text. So we have defined this. So I just mentioned and added the comment here. If you don't add base text, your code wouldn't compile because animal class has a constructor with parameters, right? So as you can see in my class, I have given this text. If I don't give this, otherwise it will throw the error to me. Like as you can see, it will give me a error. There is no argument given correspond to the required former parameter text. So we have to give any dummy text. Like I give any text, right? Any string, anyone. I can show you. Let's run this. text, we go here, right? Okay, so these are the few things like we should keep in mind while we are creating an abstract class. Now the question arises in your mind if you have gone through my previous video of interfaces, uh, both are like working similar, quite similar. Like we are abstracting something, we are not giving the body part in either in abstract class, either in the interfaces. We are giving the body part in the in the portion where we are like we are overriding or we are implementing the interface. All right, so I would say you should use interfaces only on in those places, where you know that your you know the exact requirements. I would say like, okay, the requirements are freezed and they are not going to change, I would say. And you have defined like three methods, A, B, C, in the interface, so of like of corresponding to one functionality. But animal in an abstract class, you have a feature that you can have a functionality either to give a body of a to a non-abstract method in an abstract class. I can show you, like here we have given a body part to an abstract to the non-abstract method, and here we have a abstract method. So you have an option, to add functionality of both kind of method, abstract and non-abstract methods, right? So what we have covered for now, like abstraction, why and when to use, we have parameterized constructor. Now come to the difference part. I just created a small differentiation section for you. Okay, so here you can see uh, in interfaces you can implement multiple interfaces. Like if I created like two interfaces, you can implement in your derived class as many as interface you can want, right? But in an abstract class, only one class can be inherited, because abstract class works with the concept of inheritance, right? uh, as you can see, access modifier, interface doesn't have any access modifiers, right? Everything defined inside the interface is assumed to be public. Abstract class can have an access modifier too, like we can define access modifiers on the level of our non-abstract methods, right? So again, as I mentioned you in the use case of the interface, it's better to use interface when implementation share only method signature, right? An abstract class should be used when various implementations of the same kind share a common behavior, right? So this will help you like to get a better idea how interface works and in which scenario we have to use, and where we have to use our abstract class. Like uh, an interface is abstract, so it cannot provide any code. An abstract class can give you complete and default code, which should be overridden, right? But as you can see, in interface you don't have any method in your interface that you can provide the body, but that option is provided in the abstract class, right? uh, an interface can inherit multiple interfaces but cannot inherit a class, right? So you can implement as many as interfaces in your like derived class but cannot inherit a class. But in this is opposite in abstract class, you can inherit a class and multiple interfaces. So kind of both functionalities are available in the abstract class. Again, this is the most important feature, like constructor and interface cannot declare any sort of constructor or destructor, but we have this option in our abstract class, as I have shown you in my practical demo, that you can give a parameterized constructor to the animal class. So this is it for the video. I think I have covered all the important points that, or the important things that you should remember while, if anybody asks you, okay, where to use interfaces, where to use abstract classes, so what is the exact purpose of abstraction. So you can use this example to understand how we are going to use in our day-to-day life of programming while we are coding. Hope you like this video. Please keep watching till at the end and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.